You have to have a bulletproof belief in order to go to the next level. Check this out. So I want you to check out this image right here. We're living in a simulation. Like all this stuff here in Dubai, it's not real, man. You see this image? This is a gentleman, this is you. And you're observing your outside world. That's your girlfriend, that's your money, that's your business. That's all the fun things you want to do in your life, okay? All of it is not real. Because behind this kind of code is a matrix, right? Wallace Wattles called it the formless substance. Bob Proctor called it law of vibration. Napoleon Hill, he called it infinite intelligence. I mean, everybody talks about it. There's some type of simulation that we're living inside of, gentlemen. And this simulation responds to consciousness. I call it the code. And so check this out. Come have a seat with me. Woo, nice and warm. There's a code here, okay? And this code is going to respond to your consciousness. The first thing you're going to have to learn to do is reject the projection. Reject this 3D code. So there's three parts to this. You as the observer, the code or the formless substance, and the third one is going to be the projection or the material world that you're going after. So follow me here, gentlemen. The first part of this equation is you as the thought person. Your thoughts and your consciousness dictates what's coming in and out of your life. But the cool thing about it, as Thomas Troward would say when I was studying with Bob Proctor, is that we are an original thinking substance. We have the ability to originate thought. So it's a weird thing when you really think about it, because the starting point of all of this is the fact that what the hell do you want with your life? Do you want to have the fancy watches? Do you want to have the fancy cars? Do you want a girlfriend? Do you want to live in a sustainable farm in Idaho? I don't know. Whatever you want, man. That's not the point for me to show you and tell you what you want. You get whatever you want. So you get to select which thought that you want, aka select the frequency that you want. Whenever you select a thought and then put feeling behind it and action behind it, I call that your frequency, right? When people say raise your frequency, really what they're saying is your thoughts, feelings, and actions. You're going to take these three things, your thoughts, your feelings, and your actions, and you're going to emit that to the world. That is where the code comes in. Behind all of this, right? You see, I think we can even see the Burj Khalifa right there. Behind this physical world, the material cars, the money, or whatever it is that you want, there's some type of code. There's some type of simulation. Wallace Wattles in Science of Getting Rich, and that was the book that inspired The Secret. He said that there's an original thinking substance that permeates and penetrates all this simulation, but not all of it was created in formulation. So some of it's still here. So the code still seeps in, and you can't see it with your eyes. You see it, you can see it with your consciousness, and you can feel it with your heart. What does that sound like? You feel like you're a spiritual being, right? You're a spiritual being having a human experience. You have these intuitive feelings that there's something more to life. That's the code. So this code that creates all of this stuff in all material world, this is just the byproduct of consciousness. This is just all this material stuff is just the byproduct of what you want. That code, it responds to your frequency. Remember, your thoughts, feelings, and actions. And just like a computer code, like right now, you're not watching me in real time. You're watching me days, weeks, maybe months in the past. I'm recording this, but you're watching this at some time in the past. But you're watching me in present time. What you're really watching is the code. Ones and zeros, binary code programmed by YouTube's algorithm to show my voice mixed with a little bit of visuals here to show that something that you can recognize. But it's not real. It's a simulation. It's ones and zeros, binary. So it's the same way with this simulation here. Thoughts, feelings, and actions are impressed upon this formless substance, upon the code. And you, as the code writer, are writing the binary, ones and zeros. So I'll put that image back up. You see this is a different image here. You see, look at one of these lines here. Look at any of the lines that are permeating from the man. There's different combinations. 110011. 101011. 001101, right? Those are all different codes that are being emitted from this person here. Each one is a different frequency. Each one is a different frequency that's being permeated to the code. It is then absorbed into the matrix. Okay, so that's part two. First one, consciousness. You as the observer and the original thinking source that can impress on the code. Second one, the code itself. This that we are living in the code, and we are able to program into the code. We're the only living beings and the only living creatures that are able to program into the code. The third part here is the actual simulation. So, just like this YouTube video, ones and zeros, binary code programmed by YouTube for you to see me and hear me, right? It's not real. It's a simulation. You are seeing a projection of me, of my past version of myself, watching in present time in your life, as you're watching this now on your device. It's the same thing with this material world. You're seeing a projection of the binary code behind it. The ones and zeros programmed by the people, aka YouTube, or in this one, the simulation, the God code, whatever you want to call it. So, the money that you're making, like in this photo here, the money that you're making, let's just say you're making $10,000 a month, $20,000 a month, $50,000 a month, and you want to make $100,000 a month. Yes, you're going to have to do some actions, but you have to figure out which of those three do you need to change in order to go to the next level. Is it your thoughts? Are you thinking the thoughts of a person that's earning the $300,000 a month, $100,000 a month? Do you have the feeling states? Because feeling is the secret that binds all of the frequencies together. It's what amplifies the signal. Just a random thought. You probably have random thoughts of doing weird shit, but you never did it because you had no emotions behind it. You can have a weird fucking thought, but not put it into motion, into the matrix, because you didn't put feeling behind it. That's how a lot of you are going after your goals. You have a thought, but you don't have the feeling behind it. You have a clear thought. Let's just say it's $100,000 a month, $1 million this year, whatever it is that you want. Okay? You have a clear thought of what that looks like. It has to be clear image. The code responds to images, backed by feeling, done repetitiously. You amplify a signal to the code by doing it repetitiously. A lot of you guys are changing it too much. You're changing what you're looking for. Like, I even caught myself this morning. I haven't been thinking about money. I mean, I think about money, but not as deeply as like I do when I'm like fucking quantum leaping, like last month, $85,000 or something like that, cash. Between 85 and 95, something like that. I have multiple sources of income. But the point is, like, when I'm fucking on it, it just comes easily. And sometimes I get distracted by other shit. Are you focusing on what you want, your thoughts? Then you're putting your feelings behind it. I think the best way to do it is with a meditative state, because you can shut your eyes up to all of this shit, and what I call rejecting the projection. You reject everything that's going on around you because you get caught up into the matrix, which we'll talk about here in a second. And then the third one is you put actions behind it, acting as if you have it now. A lot of you are going after what you want tentatively, soft, slow. You have to go after what you want as if you have it. I call it risk stacking. Hear me out. Risk stacking. You have to take many risks to get to the next level. I'll give you an example of a story here of when I did a risk stack to get my first $100,000 a month within 45 days from being completely broke. I started working with Bob Proctor as a consultant. I have $128 to my name. I want you to imagine this. Broke guy, Los Angeles, sleeping in a car, $128 to his name, sleeping in car, sleeping in his grandparents' couch, driving for Uber, making $1,500 a month. I go to this Bob Proctor event because every business I have done is failing. Everything, 7 to 10 businesses, all failed. Nothing's working. So I'm looking for a solution. This guy, Bob Proctor, comes to me and says, DeAndre, the solution is your mindset. You're going to have to work on your mindset. I say, okay, I don't know what you're talking about, man, but I'll try it. And then he convinces me. He sells me at the event. Why don't you become a consultant? So I try it out. I put $5,000 on my grandpa's credit card. That's the first risk stacking, right? I put $5,000 on my grandpa's credit card. So not only did I put it on a credit card, I put it on somebody else's credit card. Not even mine. Most of you wouldn't even put it on your own credit card, let alone somebody else's credit card. Then I commit to monthly payments of $3,000 a month when I'm only making $1,000 a month driving for Uber. That's another risk. Committing to future payments of shit that I'm not even have coming in. Then I start making content, and I'm like, man, I can't. I'm not a positive environment sleeping on this couch. By the way, this is 2020, right? Now it's 2025. I'm in a negative environment sleeping on this couch that's not working for me. So what am I going to do? I'm going to go to a different environment. So I pack my bags and go to a country when I don't have any money. I had $30 when I packed my bags. Not even enough money for an Uber, a flight, let alone anything. But I packed my bags anyways and I left. I ended up getting a client that came in last minute. I've told that story before. Got enough money, booked that flight. My bags were already packed already. I manifested it. Pulled it out of the simulation. Left to a new country with no income, no clients, nothing. $1,000 to my name. Moved to a new country. No clients, no business, nothing. Just dreams and figuring out what the hell I'm going to do to grow this mindset business with Bob Proctor as a consultant. And I just start doing things. And long story short, within 45 days, I'm making 100K a month. But you see the amount of risk I had to take in order to get there? Risk stacking. I put all my eggs in the basket, and then I watched the basket and I went all in. This is what I talk about, your frequency, raising your frequencies. You might be thinking like you're 100K a month. You might be feeling and doing your meditations and all this shit, but you're not risk stacking. You're not taking risk, hiring in the coaches, investing into the business, moving to a new city. You're waiting for the money to come. You're waiting for the clients to come. You're waiting for all this fucking shit to come together, and you're not doing it. That's what I mean by taking the action, man. Act as if it's done. Act as if you're a God creator and you can create all things in reality, which is true. Thoughts, feelings, and actions, you admit that to the outside world. And if you've caught what I've been saying here, what are the biggest things you're going to have to do, right? You use the conscious creator, back on our image there, use the conscious creator. Then you have the code. Then you have the simulation. You're going to have to reject the projection. If you're going to want to change the projection, whatever is going on in your life, however good or bad, because you might be in like one of two situations right now. Number one is your shit is fucked up right now. You're like down bad. Like that's how I used to be. You're down bad. Okay. And like nothing around you is positive, and you're just going to have to reject everything to go to the next level. That's one type of person. The second type of person is somebody's already successful. You're making maybe 6 figures, 7 figures already, but nothing has worked to the degree that you want. The views, the clients, the business, it's stagnant. Or let's just say last month you made $25,000 and this month you want to make 35 or 40 or something like this. So you're looking at past results that dictate your future projections. That's another example of like not doing this work. You have to create completely from scratch. Reject everything that's going on in the projection, because you know that anything in this projection, right? Anything in this world here is stimulated and stems from the code. Whatever money you have is a direct reflection of your frequency. Whatever body you have is a direct reflection of your frequency, your paradigms, your subconscious programming. Everything you have, from the watch that you have, the girlfriend, the bank account, your fulfillment in life, everything that you want is a frequency or direct mirror of your programming in your mind. That's your frequency. So if that's the end product, what's the beginning? Well, it's the code. Whatever's programmed into the code will change the projection. And how do we program into the code? It's your consciousness. So you have to think in reverse. Most people are looking at the projection, which then causes thinking that causes the impress onto the code and keeps the same cycle over and over and over again. So in order to stop this signal, no matter if you're down bad or you're stuck or you want to go to the next level, the first thing you have to do is make a decision to reject the projection. Reject everything that's going on in this material world. Reject all of it. Okay? That's the first thing you need to do. When you have that, you no longer live in faith. So you no longer live in fear. You no longer live in lack and limitation. You begin to live in faith. Then you flip to the other side, where now the power goes from the projection and the power goes to you as the creator. You then put power behind that thought. That thought goes into the code. And through time, this is called law of perpetual transmutation. That states that whatever thoughts you hold in your mind will then transmute into its physical form, meaning change energy from thought to material thing. That's a law. You change thoughts to the code, then becomes manifest. You stop, you reject that, hold it until, man. Then you have to work with faith. Do things that you believe will take you to the next level. Hold the state until. And it might take you a couple weeks. It might take you a couple months. It doesn't matter. Do it until. It's your fucking life we're talking about. Go after it. Let your nuts hang. Conquer the world. Get after it, man. Build your dream life, bro. Go out there. If you want help with this, I help integrate this into high performance individuals. So if you're making already 6 figures already, multiple 6 figures to 6 figures, and you want to go to the next level, then I'm your guy. If you want help integrating this into your life, because this is just random fucking theories and stuff. We're talking about making decisions in your business. Like, that's what this is about. If you want help with that, click first link in the description. If not, just keep watching these videos, apply it to yourself, definitely you can figure out over some time, but I highly recommend. I studied this stuff. Like, I went to university basically studying with Bob Proctor, invested into hundreds of thousands of courses, coaching, mentoring. So I make it seem simple, but it is a language that you have to learn, but you can figure it out by yourself. It might take you some time for sure, but if you want to go faster, quicker, more streamlined, and get a direct ROI in your business and cash flow, then this is something where you want a coach or a study program, man, to do that. Whether you just want a study program or a coach, reach out to me. Other than that, man, do your best. You can do it, man. Come have a cigar with me in Dubai. Take care, man.